there, math fans. Mr. Shoes here with Brack Geometry. Let's talk about the triangle exterior angle theorem, which is like a shortcut to finding some of the angle measures in a triangle. So let's just introduce what it really means. The sum of two remote interior angles in a triangle equals the measure, and I misspelled measure there, of the exterior angle. So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends if they need a little help in geometry. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like this, and I'll be able to get out to more people. That's how they determine how many people get to see my videos. So, in example 1, here is a triangle. Angle 1 and 2 are called remote interior angles. So the two interior angles that are not supplementary to an exterior angle are called remote interior angles. So it says find the measure of angle 3 if the measure of angle 1 is 74. So I'm going to write it in. So this one is 74 degrees. And the measure of angle 2 is 42 degrees. So I can take and use basic algebra now to solve this. Some students struggle with geometry because it uses a lot of algebra in it. So I can say that the two remote interior angles, which is angle 1 and angle 2, when their measures are added together, I get the measure of angle 3. That's why I make my angles. It's just like a little L with a little arc in it. So now I can use what's called the substitution property of equality to substitute my 74 in for the measure of angle 1 and my 42 in for the measure of angle 2. Add those two up and I get the measure of angle 3. So I take my 74, add it to my 42, and I get 116 degrees equals the measure of angle 3. So I can say this is 116 degrees. And that is a shortcut way. Is there an alternative way you could do it? Yes, there is. I could use the interior angle theorem to figure out what this measure is by adding these two up, subtract it from 180, and then know that these two angles would be supplementary, and take this new angle that I got, found the measure of, subtract it from 180. But this is actually easier and it's a shortcut. Alright, so hopefully that makes sense. Now let's use that same logic to do one that's just a little bit harder over here. So now we're saying that we still have two remote interior angles, 1 and 2, and we still have an exterior angle, only now we don't know angle 2. But we know angle 1 is 60 degrees, and remember these triangles are never drawn to scale when I draw them by hand. And 3 is 135, which is that's exterior angle. One of the two remotes is given, and I need to find the other remote. So what do? I use algebra now because I know that the measure of the two remote interior angles will equal the measure of the exterior angle formed by those two remote angles. So now I substitute. I don't know the measure of angle 2, but I do know the measure of angle 3, and now I use algebra to solve this one-step equation. The opposite of adding 60, I use what's called the subtraction property of equality to subtract the same number from both sides. This crosses out, and I have the measure of angle 2, and that equals 75 degrees. So I can come up here now and write that in, and I know that if I add those two up, I'll get this one. That's how I check it. And it does check. All right. So it's not that hard if you can use the simple algebra and know the shortcut triangle exterior angle theorem. All right, now I have a couple of challenge problems that I want to show you, give you an opportunity to work them. So I have them on another board and I'll put it up here. When I put it up here, I want you to pause this video get out a piece of paper, write those two problems down, solve them, and then after you have them solved, over here will be a link that you can click on. It'll take you to another video that shows you the solution to these problems. All right, so here we go. So, challenge problem, challenge 1. It says the measure of angle 3 is unknown. So this is the one we want you to find. So you're going to use this remote interior angle to find it. I know that this one is 80 degrees. And I know this one is 44 degrees. So write the equation and find the measure of angle 3. Challenge 2, much more difficult problem. So the measure of angle 1, we want to find it. So we don't know what this one is. That's my question mark. I don't know what this one is either. But I do know this one is 160 degrees. Now you're saying, I don't have enough information. No, you don't. But I do know that angle 1 has an expression up here of 2x. And I know that angle 2 has an expression of 3x. So I want you to find what degrees this one is, what degrees this one is. So the first thing you have to do is write an equation using the triangle exterior angle theorem, using the two remote interior angles to write the equation. Then after you do that, then you got to substitute back in here to find the two measures. Now, when I start my explanation video that I've already worked and already uploaded, I didn't write in the 160 whenever I wrote it over here, but you'll see that I put it in there before we work it. So if this is helpful, like this, give it a thumbs up. Remember, you can pause this now and work these two challenge problems. Then after you start it up, there will be a link up here to the solution video. Down here will be a link to the playlist of other factoring problems. Make sure you subscribe to my video. There's usually a link over here or underneath on your device when you're watching it. Remember, I'm Mr. Chu. This is BRAC Geometry. We've been talking about the triangle exterior angle theorem with the two remote interior angles. And tell your friends, if they're struggling in their math class, whether it be in geometry or algebra or in any other class, my videos will help you. Why? Because I'm Mr. Chu and I want to help you learn the math. We'll see you in the next video.